Hello, Moonlight Army. My name is DrayZera, and welcome to another Tales of Zera. And today we will be reviewing this splendid book, this pamphlet written by Jonathan KINSMAN, Witness. Witness, I have to say, really good read. Has 14 poems, and so the blurb reads that it is a story about a man executed by the state for saying things they, as in the bigger people or the general public, they didn't want to hear. Story about those that followed him. And I wanted a bit of affirmation about the vibe of the book as well as my own opinion, so I did quickly look at the blog post written by Jonathan KINSMAN just before I started recording this, and to me it is not like, to get the distinction away, even though there are so much biblical references and about God, it is about humanity today, stripping it to the bare bone about humanity, and truly it is thought-provoking. So, as there are 14 poems, I want to make sure, Moonlight Army, that I don't want to review every single poem, even though I have read the book. I want to pick out 3 in particular. And by the way, if you'd like to check out this book and purchase the book, link is in description. Please support Jonathan KINSMAN. So, the opening poem is called Andrew, and it is a truly powerful opening poem. So, there was one quote that really stood out for me in the poem, and it says, "Things can't stay this way. I can't stay this way. Things have got to change." And yeah, that's what I mean. Things have got to change, really. It is something that is truly deep in the sense that to me, like, my vibe from it is that we live in this kind of small box mentality for the general society, for me, and not enough people go out of the box and question the question, and also truly just thinks deeply. And whilst it's important for you to keep your faith, as Jonathan is a devout Christian, I feel that it's quite important to literally, truly be an individual and be who you are. So the next poem, Simon the Zealot. So I'm going to be completely honest here. I'm going to be absolutely completely honest here. In regards to Simon the Zealot, I had to double check the meaning of Zealot, because for me, while I have heard of the word, I don't 100% know the meaning, so I didn't want to misinterpret that phrasing. So I've got it right here. Zealot, a person who is fanatical and uncompromising in pursuit of their religious, political or other ideals. And this was so deep. To me, this was one of my favourite poems of the book. Really thought-provoking, all that kind of stuff. And so, to me, this poem is, about survival, about war, and the pain of civilian casualties. Because it mentions Baghdad, it mentions Gaza, it mentions Aleppo. It's a real sad indictment that people use the weapon of religion and the weapon of politics in order to strike fear and pain. And in this poem, I also recall that it mentioned that, please give me a gun to have a chance to fight. And that's one of the saddest things about civilian casualties of war, in that, to me, and I feel in general, a lot of these civilians don't have a chance. They don't have the chance to fight, because if you have like warplanes and tanks and armed militia, what chance do you have? It's absolutely, yeah, like absolutely sad, really. And I mean, for me, going a bit personal minute, my parents, when they were growing up, they suffered through the war of Bangladesh, etc. in that kind of thing. So yeah, that's really sad in that regard, and a lot of lives were lost in that kind of way, and that poem really struck to me deeply, and so beautifully written, as well as all the poems, truly wonderful. And within the Book of Witness, we're going to be reviewing Jude and the poem Jude, and it was really thought-provoking as well. It's about violence against people who are gay, and it could extrapolate to the LGBTQ community. And it's really interesting, because for me, now here's the thing, going personal again, a high percentage of people within, say, my parents' generation and before their generation, they are quite homophobic and not really understanding or accepting of people living their own lives and the lives that they want to seek. They literally do want to live in a cardboard box with the ideal that they've been taught without seeing the wider picture. And a really visual line struck me here where Jonathan wrote, "Healing, cracking over broken cheekbone, swollen eye, split lip." Like, that's wow. I mean, absolutely incredible. Like, absolutely, really, truly, like, speaks to you. Absolutely, and just really gets you to think that even though in the Western world we have come far to an extent in accepting LGBTQ community, I believe that there is so much to go. There is so much to go, because people are still dying because of loving people that's not of the opposite gender, etc. People are getting killed. People are getting tortured just for being different. And not different, but more away from the status quo. I mean, away from the kind of traditional terrible mindset, if that makes sense. And that's really truly upsetting, and hopefully that can change. So yes, Moonlight Army, so let's have a quick review on this, a kind of a roundup on this. So all these poems, really, they're truly deep, they hold no punches, the lengths of the poems are exceptional. And would I recommend people buying this? Absolutely. I mean, this cover alone is so deep, like the bleeding eye is and it's so visual but kind of visceral at the same time. It's incredible. So for me, I would rate this a 4 out of 5 out of 5 D for DrayZera. So yeah, definitely. So Moonlight Army, I hope you enjoyed the review. Once again, link is in the description if you'd like to purchase. Yes, Moonlight Army, get the book Witness. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. My name is DrayZera, this is Tales of Zera, and I'll see you next time. Goodness me, I need to get a book.
Don't worry, young man, I've got broken circuit board for you. Here you go.
Whoa! Wow! Broken circuit board, this is great!
Broken circuit board available at DrayZera.net worldwide.